Hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. I'm just going to be running some fixed setup, Xfinity, maybe a cup race, something like that tonight, but just nothing big like the NIS like a few nights ago. Just kind of goofing around in the official races right now, so race should be starting here any minute, and or any second rather. Looks like it's pretty much ready to go, so let's grid up. I qualified pretty poorly. I had two really bad laps, but it's not as easy to pass in the Xfinity car as it is in the Cup car. NIS, I wouldn't call it an easy go, but I was having an easier time trying to pass on the high side and the NIS and the Cup car and everything, and you can still do that in this car. I guess what's more fair to say is that I'm just not as good in the Xfinity car as I am in the Cup car. It's definitely a little bit harder to drive, but I do okay. But a lot of times I'll skip qualifying in Cup because I know I can pass everybody, and it's a lot more fun working your way up through the field. But in the Xfinity car, I'm not as confident, so I try not to start in the tail end if I can help it. So just wait on everybody to grid up here. You can see the countdown in the bottom right hand corner. That tells me how much time we have until the race begins, until cars start rolling off of pit road. If everybody entered in the race goes ahead and loads in, then just like that, it'll go to zero.
Right. Be smooth and have a good run.
But I like to have a little bit of awareness to when that happens, because I wait to start my engine until we're imminently going to be rolling off. Because in a race like this, I mean, it's really not a fuel mileage race. It's just a force of habit for when I run longer races, to wait to start my engine until the last second, because you just never know. That could be what makes the difference at the end of a long race, on a long run, that kind of thing. It really could be what makes the difference between you getting somebody on fuel mileage or not. It really doesn't matter here, but I still do it because it's just my habit.
We got a fantastic pit stop, a great race car. Man, I think we got a really good spotter up there, so we'll be ready to go.
So we're starting 13th on the inside. You can pass on both sides of the Xfinity car. The Cup car really likes to be on the high side, but you can make it work higher or low. You can make it work higher or low in the Xfinity car, so it's really not that big a deal. But I'm going to go ahead and turn the voice chat back on, and we'll be starting the race here in about the next 20 seconds. I've had some good runs here today. I haven't won anything, but I've always finished higher than my car number, which in iRacing translates to a gain in your I rating, which is like your rank or your skill level, or however you want to put it. So basically, as long as I finish higher than 15th in this race, I'm doing pretty good. Oh man, we're screwing around on the start again. Guys have been doing that all week. It's caused some accidents in some races. We're lucky it didn't right there, but that going and not going and all that business, that's going to cause some wrecks the more. Whoa, now.
One inside.
Got pretty loose right there, and I just realized just now that I forgot to turn my steering wheel on the screen for you guys to make it a little easier to see what I'm doing, so sorry about that. If I have a second to fix it, I will. It's kind of hard to tell what I'm doing just by the little steering wheel indicator there on the left side.
Working the top. Still outside. Still out there at the door. Still outside.
Got a car high. That's making me a little bit loose.
Still outside. Still there. Still outside. Still out there.
Woo, these guys are all racing very hard.
Outside, one outside.
Which is fun. There we go. Now I got a little gap to jump up here and ride.
Sorry about that, Derek.
I do not mind racing hard. I really enjoy it. A lot of guys, if you ride on their door like that, they'll start to complain, or you know, so that they'll think, you know, somebody ought to let them by, or they'll both think that the other guy should let them by, or whatever. And I kind of like having to work for it. There were about 4 of us under a blanket right there that were all having to work for it, so. Oh yeah. We're just kind of riding along here, trying to be smart. I might try to just go up to the high side here a little bit and see what I can do. But I definitely want to get that steering wheel turned back on so everybody can see. Because, I mean, you can't see it on your screen, but what I'm looking at is the steering wheel right in front of me, so I know what I'm doing. But it might be hard to tell by just looking at that steering wheel there on the left side, that little indicator there next to the gear and speed. So I will try to get that turned back on for you guys here as soon as we can. But admittedly, it's a little hard to do right now. So. Looks like we're gaining on the pack in front. I'm not running somebody. Whoa, somebody's in the wall up there getting into one. I just saw that black car about 4 cars ahead of me there scrape the wall getting in. But at this track, it's really aero dependent, so drafting, like at Daytona or Talladega, plays a big role, and that's helping us gain on this pack in front of us. And really, as long as we can be a part of the pack, we can move around within the pack to an extent. But if you get split up or you end up in the second pack, if the pack gets split down the middle or something, then it's really, really hard to get the patch joined back up. Whoa! Arcing it way too much. I almost followed him right in that wall too. Just lucky that I didn't, but he's definitely going to have damage. We'll see if I'm able to run him down any more than I have been. I'm not really going to change what I'm doing, but if he's got damage, we'll be closing up on him for sure. He might have got away with that one. To my point about the cars being sort of aero sensitive, if you get any little bit of damage on them, it'll really, really start to slow you down if you get any body damage. So, whoa now, there they go, trying to wreck. Got one in the wall, one with damage on the right rear, I'm sure.
Inside. Still inside.
I ought to be able to pass this guy here.
Still inside. Still there. Still there.
Looking good. I like that. Kind of a bummer that I think he kind of got ran in the wall by the other car. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. That's part of Part of racing is deciding whether or not it's worth it to stick your nose in somewhere and decide whether or not it's worth it to risk chopping a guy's bumper off to try and jump back up in front of him. And it looks like they both decided to go for their option there. And when you both go for it, it doesn't work. It usually takes somebody to give it a little bit of room there, and nobody did. Start backing up turn 3 a little bit because these cars do start to get pretty tight going into turn 3. I don't want to find out that my car is tightened up after I throw a big send into the turn, so starting to think about that now.
Dude, the second you lifted, it just fucking shoved my nose.
Sounds like everybody was running real close to each other up there and had a moment. I saw something happen, but I couldn't figure out what it was. So we're going to be a third of the way through the race this time by. And situation so far is I'm running where I started. I haven't hit anything, and I don't have any damage. Car's driving okay, so I mean, I would love to be a little bit further up in the running order, but all things considered, we're doing okay here. We got plenty of time. I'm trying not to burn my tires off. Maybe give myself an avenue with which to pass people a little bit later in the race if I take care of my tires.
Thanks a lot, Jeff Gordon. Want to be?
Wow.
I mean, dude, it's like dragging the brake or something.
Imagine somebody being man enough to apologize and then still getting chewed out.
Alright, I'll get back up.
Yeah, people take this too serious, man. I mean, I take it kind of serious because I want to win, but you know, if somebody hit me and jumped on the radio immediately to say, sorry, I messed up, or sorry, here's what happened, I'm not gonna be rude to the guy. It's just, it's not worth it. That's just the way some of these guys are on here. It's too fun to have a bad time as far as I'm concerned, but not everybody feels that way. It seems like this pack's kind of starting to bunch up a little bit. I mean, I haven't really gained anything on the car in front of me, but it seems like that I'm closer to the leader and closer to all the cars in front of the car immediately in front of me, so yeah, we got something, well, we get loose, a little bit loose there, but we're making a little bit of headway here. He's making a move down low, but it probably won't work.
Still there and door.
I should be able to drive this off into the corner here.
Still inside, even up.
Get back by him, I hope, I think. Yeah.
Still there.
I'm going to have a big run, a lot of momentum off the high side there, and he'll probably slot back in right behind me.
Clear?
Yep, there he goes. I forgot to back my turn 3 up last time by. That's how he got to me, so. Now he's looking high. I need to move up there, and whoa, he got loose. Something that'll happen too is if I put my car right in front of him in the turn, if he's looking high and I slide up right on his nose, it'll take all the air off the front end of his car. He'll lose all that front downforce and the car won't want to turn anymore. So there's a little bit of strategy involved there, but if I said that I was thinking about manipulating the airflow of every car around me all the time, I'd be lying. I think I'm pretty good at this, but I don't think I'm that good. I do think about it when I'm leading, though. In the NIS, I was able to manipulate the draft a little bit of the cars behind me to keep either lane from getting too close to me. but when you're all bunched up like this in the Xfinity cars, I'm kind of just making sure I survive whatever it is I'm going through right that second, so. I'm definitely feeling my car starting to get a little bit looser, but it's not like undrivable. It's just something I'm paying attention to. Everybody's getting loose, it looks like. I'd really like to get around this 12 car now, because I feel like he's kind of holding me up at this point. But I'm not so much faster than him that I can just drive right around him. I'm gonna need to mount a run on him. Definitely loose getting into the middle and exit of 1 and 2 there. I don't feel it so much exiting 4, but it's a little bit less severe of a turn exiting 4, because you're exiting onto that tri-oval front straightaway. But when you're exiting onto the straight back straightaway, you've got just a little bit more degrees of turn you have to cover doing that, so. Alright, we're gonna send it this time.
Outside.
Ooh, it's too much send,
Still
it's too
out
much
there.
send. That was not smart on my
Still
part.
outside.
Not one of my best moves.
In and out.
I'm gonna be middle of 3,
No hole.
but I'm not gonna lift. We are going to
Stay with it, boss man.
commit to
There'll be
the
a hole.
send here.
Still there. 1 car inside.
Alright, I passed the 12 at the expense of
Still
getting
inside.
maybe passed by the, no?
Still inside your door.
Yeah, the 12 wants to help the 17 because I slowed him down pretty bad right there, so. I'm gonna try to stay in front of the 17 here. Not sure if it'll work.
Still inside.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have him covered here. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, that worked out better than I thought it would. And I mean, I'm pretty far behind this pack right now, but I was just losing time staying behind the 12, so. Had to go. Had to do something there. It might have cost me in the short term, but I already feel like I'm gaining a little bit on this pack ahead of me now. Alright guys, they're trying to wreck up there. Car behind was like right on my bumper, so I didn't want to brake too early and get hit, but I drove it in a little bit deeper than I really wanted to. Boy, that black Mustang in front of me is having a real hard time. He's struggling. Looks to be a Monster Energy Mustang.
Inside.
Pretty much making him drive all the way to the bottom for that. Is he making that
Still
work?
there.
Wow. Alright. If he's still
there.
got good position on me getting into 1 here, I'll probably let him have it and follow him. Because he's
Still
pretty
inside.
fast. And I don't want to get caught up racing him.
Clear.
There he goes. Don't get in front of me and slow up. If you're going to get in front of me, you better go. We'll give him a little push down the back here to help out, get us closer. Got to lift a little bit earlier when you're pushing somebody like that in case they need to lift early for something. You don't want to run the guy over, but I definitely wanted to push him closer to the cars ahead because him getting their draft while I'm in his draft is going to help all of us. So
10 laps to go.
10 to go already. Wow, this race is flying by. I sure would be okay if I could get my hands on some tires, though. I I wouldn't be all that mad if a caution came out. Oh yeah, we're sliding all over the place here. Having to use brake on corner entry now, which has been pretty consistent in this car at this track. As the run goes on and your tires wear out, it does take a little bit of brake instead of just coasting in. Still, so now we're more than 2/3 of the way through the race, and where am I? Right where I started. So I would love to be doing better than that, but I could certainly be doing a lot worse. Everybody's getting loose. I'm getting loose. Everybody ahead of me is loose. It's getting pretty fun. I am a little bit concerned because it looks like the 12 behind me is starting to gain on me a little bit, so I'm trying not to slide this car around if I can help it. You can't always help it, but I sure am trying. And the Cup car, you know, you have so much downforce that I could just sail it off in this turn, and a lot of times into turn 3 I feel like I can get higher and carry my momentum up there a little bit better than a lot of guys, are a little bit higher than other guys will try it. And in this car you just don't have the same amount of downforce. It just doesn't work, so we're all evenly matched, but my driving style is a little bit better suited to the Cup car, so that's alright. These are still fun. Seems like running the middle seems to be working out pretty well. I'm just trying really hard not to slide it. I want to get back to the gas, but I don't want to have to correct to the right because that'll slow me down, and the car behind me is definitely right up on me now. So I'm honestly playing a lot less. I'm not as focused on passing the car in front of me right now as I am at not getting passed by the car behind me, if that makes sense. Just trying to run smart, not put myself in a position to get passed. Definitely running a more defensive race right now. But it doesn't seem like the 12 can get to me, which is good. Like how I close up on the 10 car right in front of me here. I didn't be able to make a move on him. I'm not going to force it though, because I don't want to. When you get racing a guy, it slows you both down, and I don't want to get racing the 10 only to get passed by the 12. But this is going okay. I'm able to get back to the gas pretty early still. I might be able to use the draft and get by the 10 car here at some point, but I just don't want to force it. Oh yeah, 10 sent it off in there real deep. Ooh boy. Oh yeah, this is getting fun. I would love to get a run on this 10. If I could get to his high side, I feel like I could definitely get by him.
Inside, you're clear. Outside. Corner clear. laps to go.
2 to go at the line here. I don't think the 10's going to let me sneak by on the top. I'm going to have to go low.
Still outside.
And at this point, it's just whatever happens, happens.
They're by half. Outside, outside.
Oh, buddy.
Still outside.
They're trying to
Clear,
have a wreck.
clear.
They just might. Yep, there they go. They're wrecking. They're wrecking. They're wrecking.
Outside.
Oh.
2 wide outside. 1 outside. All clear, my man. Caution. Good job, bud. Tell me what you got quickly.
That's what you clowns doing, dude.
Road is closed. Come around at 11. It's only going to be 1.
Well, not a whole lot you can do there.
Green light checker.
How does it yellow?
You're going to be coming around the 16.
They wrecked at about 10. Did the leader not cross the line? I thought
Oh
it
man,
had to have been close.
that's frustrating.
My bad, man.
Pit road
I mean,
will
kind of ran
be
me around the
open.
backstretch.
That's frustrating. I just didn't have
Person in the back there was on
anywhere to
Will.
go. Didn't have anywhere to go, so it's just the way it goes
The
sometimes.
Apex race was a cluster, so I figured starting in the back would work.
I bet some guys might stay out because it's a green-white checkered, but I'm definitely going to be going for tires here. And to work on this damage, but you know what, I might even... Nah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I just need to take my medicine here, and should have been closer to that 10 car on pit entry. See how bad. You know what? We're gonna send it. We're gonna take 2 and see how bad this damage really is. See what the time is. That's pretty bad. I'm gonna go ahead and take 4 if it'll let me.
So how many euros do we have?
Ooh, yeah, I killed my right front in that run. Oh man, that's a bummer. But hey, while I'm thinking about it, since I'm really not going to lose anything here, let's turn those arms back on so everybody can see what's going on.
Go Mango, go Mango. Hard, hard, hard. Good job, guys.
Come on. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to be pretty slow. That's kind of a bummer, but
Be
just,
mindful, you only have 1 set of cars remaining.
honestly, I probably could have been smarter there. I knew that they were looking like they wanted to wreck, and sure enough, they did right in front of me after I predicted it, so it's my own fault for getting in it, but just one of those things.
Well, Sam, be 1 to go. Now, unfortunately, we will be on the outside here. Maybe lining up behind the 13.
I was at 36.
Oh yeah, this is going to be ugly.
You are
22nd.
Didn't feel like it.
So if I can just make up some spots on the start, then I'll be pretty happy, but making up 7 spots unless there's a wreck that I'm lucky enough not to be in, that's kind of tough. So in the A-fixed car, in the Cup car, I'd feel pretty comfortable. I would think that I could probably get that done, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get it done in this one, but that's racing. You're going to have bad races, and maybe I'll get to the end of this race and it won't feel like a bad one, but feeling pretty bad about it right now.
get ready to go, man.
I'm gonna try to anticipate when the leader goes here if I can.
Pace cars off. Ready. Green flag.
Ah, man, all this jumping around is just killing me.
Inside. Inside only. You're clear, clear. Inside. 2 wide inside. 1 car inside. Clear. Inside. Still inside. Still inside.
They might wreck into 3. They're racing pretty hard up there. We're gonna send it in on the. Whoa, there's one. Oh, he's gonna be mad.
I'm sorry.
In and out.
3
2 wide outside. 1 outside.
Don't wreck now, don't wreck now.
Outside, outside.
Ah,
Caution,
I don't know where I ended up.
out. What can we do to try to help it if we do get another restart?
It's paying
One more
off,
time.
baby.
Pit road is closed.
I think I ended up 18th.
Never I go there, I'm
We're
sorry.
going to have to come around to 18.
That was me. It was just, I mean, I got blocked with somebody on old tires 6 times on the back straightaway and then got walled. So it's just what you expect when you got 33 laps green and you have heroes.
Pit
So
road
yeah,
is open.
should have done it.
Hell yeah, brother, I was a hero. I blocked you and then got top. Well, I got P11 out of it. Hell yeah, brother. That block was clean.
Which 4 of them?
All 4 were clean.
Well, yeah, I think we ended up 18th there, but, you know, it looked like it was going to be a pretty good run until the wreck happened right in front of me, but I can't even be mad at the guys that wrecked, you know. I mean, yeah, it's pretty lame that they wrecked, but I knew they were going to do it. I was even talking about it before they did it, and still got in it, so. Take that one and put it in my memory bank and try not to do that again, so. I think we'll load up the cup race here in a minute and give that a
looks
try.
like you're going to be lining up behind the 17.
But I appreciate y'all watching the stream. Anybody that's here, hope you had fun.
Alright, man, let's go hard drive, man.
It was kind of a snoozer there for a little while, just riding around behind the same cars,
Like
but
to be lining up behind
I think the
23.
A-Fix, the cup
line up
race,
behind
will
the
be a little
13.
bit more fun next. So if I was better in these cars, it might
Line
be
up
more
behind the
entertaining.
same car.
But I'm pretty good in the cup car, so I'll see what I can do for you. But thanks again, thanks for watching, and see y'all in the next one here shortly.